Or Shalom. I'm gonna start first and foremost by giving call. Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Wahab Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who feed and nourish us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Salutations, shalom, and blessings to you, sincere Akim, that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity, continuing to endure in the fight. That's a little article I stumbled across. This comes from thehumansarefree.com, which is a one of the elders, the elder Slack. This elder's name is slipping my mind, but this is he says one of his go-tos. So I checked it out, and I got some real good articles on here, man. But the title reads opioid use now tops tobacco use in the US, which that's a big thing, man, because everybody and their mama smokes cigarettes or some type of form of tobacco, whether it be chew or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? They're heavily off tobacco, so if the opioid use is topping tobacco, then that's a major factor right there, And I'm gonna just read some of this article, and I'm gonna hit a couple precepts. This is it says a survey released by the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration (SAMHSA) shows that more people in the United States or the US use opioid painkillers than tobacco, highlighting the tragic opioid crisis gripping the country. A federal review published in the spring showed that opioid prescriptions in the U.S. Decreased for the first time in 2 decades, which suggests that doctors are finally starting to heed warnings about the drug's addictive properties. Nah, man, they're not heeding warnings, man. They do as told, because really. The people that's orchestrating and pushing these opioids out there are the elites, man. And it's not no coincidence, man. Okay, it says, however, that decrease has not translated into fewer deaths. The SAMHSA report illustrates just how widespread the problem remains. It says the problem is especially severe in Tennessee, where there are more opioid prescriptions written than people actually living in the state. There are 1.18 opioid prescriptions per every resident of Tennessee. More people die from overdoses in the state in 2014 than from car crashes or shootings. Now this is a little map that kind of shows you like the prescriptions that's being pushed. It says some states have more painkiller prescriptions per person than others. Number of painkiller prescriptions per 100 people. So Tennessee, you see all these have more prescriptions than they have people in these states. All the purple. That's crazy. I'm up here over here in the Northwest, in Washington, and it's bad out here. I just know from, ex, drug dealer, so to speak, or whatever you want to say. I know about, that type of shit, because I kind of dabbled with it a little bit, but not necessarily the opioids. I didn't sell pills, but I had people that I dealt with that wanted me to get shit like that for them, but I never really dabbled with it. But yeah, it's real heavy out here right now too, because people are transitioning from the oxycontins, oxys, which they banned, because they used to have the 80s, and then they banned those. So now people are getting the 30s, the lesser ones. But yeah, and still they're still doing this shit, man. And then there's a shortage on that, so now more people are turning towards heroin, man. You know, shooting it and smoking it and doing all that type of weird shit with that. But you know, the problem remains that, you know, this shit. It's not gonna cease, man. It's part of the agenda. You know, it's part of their agenda to keep the people dumbed down, man. And if you're off drugs, man, you're not thinking in your proper state of mind. You know, that's how they want you to be, man. They want you to be drones, man. Okay. It says nationally, 37.8% of American adults are using some type of opioid painkiller, while 31.1% of U.S. adults use tobacco. I think it meant to say products. It says, according to the 2015 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, NSDUH, a division of the Department of Health and Human Services, DHHS, more than 91.8 million Americans 18 and over used prescription painkillers last year. By comparison, 75.4 billion U.S. adults use tobacco products. Those numbers crept even higher when children 12 and older are included, to 97.5 million and 78.3 million respectively, and more than 12.5% of those users admit to misusing the painkillers. Dan Winder, director of the Vanderbilt Center for Addiction Research in Nashville, said, "You'd like to think that it's good news and reflects a reduction of tobacco use, but unfortunately that's not the case. It's a particularly pernicious problem because of its prevalence. Anytime you have a substance that is legally available and has addictive properties, that's setting up the problem. Actually, smoking rates have declined significantly in the United States in the last 50 years. From 2005 to 2015, smoking among adults declined from 20.9% to, or 45.1 million to 15.1%, or 36.5 million. In the last year alone, the overall smoking rate fell 1.7% points, resulting in the lowest prevalence since the CDC began collecting data in 1965. It says, however, you don't generally associate tobacco use with hard drugs, yet many people who die from heroin overdoses begin with the dependence on prescription opioids. Even in those who don't overdose or graduate to heroin, painkiller addiction can be devastating. That's pretty much what I'm gonna read on this. You know, brothers want to read, they can read it. You know, it just goes on with more numbers, but you know, hey man, that's like I said, this is the agenda of Esau, man. He wants the people to be dumbed down just to make them easier to control, you know. And if, you know, because he has an agenda, which, you know, he's pushing hard forward, you know what I'm saying? He's pushing towards it, you know. Major things are coming down the pike, you know. You got World War III, the chip, you know, and the more docile you people are, and the more that you people are in La La Land, the less that you're looking towards what Esau's doing, man. You know, and that's part of that magic that he's performing, man. You know, because drugs like the opioids and drug use or drug dealing, that's a form of witchcraft, man. And that's how he has the people. You know, that's why how he has the people in control of the people, man. Because, you know, out here in Washington, you know, marijuana is legal, and these people are so freaking docile, man. You know, everybody's high, and nobody's eyes are open, man. You know, it's like everybody's sleepwalking, you know, and that's just, you know, how Esau wants it. Okay, this is Galatians 5:19. It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Which, you know, I brought the scripture out because Esau is all about the flesh, man. That's what, you know, that's how he thrives, man. You know, and the threat in the flesh is you know, is compared to death, man. Is death, I should say. Not compared, it is death. The flesh is death, and Esau thrives off of death, man. That's how they, you know, that's how they get their powers, man, off of death, man. You know, killing Jake, you know, killing their own people. You know, hey, they want to kill off 90+% of the world's population, man. So who cares if you cats die from overdoses, man? That's part of their depopulation. You know what I'm saying? Part of their agenda to depopulate the world. But you know, with them thriving off of the flesh, man, if you become victim of the flesh, man, hey, you're falling right into their hands, man. Which part of the flesh is witchcraft, man? You know, getting you peons dumbed down and docile, so when they do come in with that flood, hey, you guys will be easy marks, easy targets, man. You know, to behead you or put you down or put you in a concentration camp to be re-educated, or however they trying to, you know, maneuver with you, you know. Oh, so like I had this. This is Nahum 3:4. It says, because of the multitude of the because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, which is America, you know, that's the well-favored harlot, which, you know, all the nations are coming here to, you know, get rich, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why she's a harlot, man, because everybody's getting the goodies. Everybody, you know, every nation's coming here to get the goodies from America, man. Every nation comes here and gets rich, you know. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Yeah, man, that's you know what she does, man. A part of her whoredoms is her democracy, you know, the doctrines that they push from America, man. Women's liberation, homosexuality, you know, transgenderism, what's the transhumanism, or if that's what it's even called. You know, that's part of the whoredoms, man, and it's part of that witchcraft, man. That mind control, you know, and that's what they're about, man. They're about controlling you peons, man. That's why they want all you people chipped, so they can ultimately control everything that's being done on earth, man. All right. Verse 5, it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Yeah, and that's exactly what this article is bringing out, man. It's the shame of America, man. You know, and I was doing some research, man, and it says 70% of Americans are off some type of painkiller, man. Some type of form of a painkiller, you know. And it didn't even went to say like a lot of those people are off of more than two different prescriptions, man. You know, have more than 2 different prescriptions. So hey, man, that's what this society is leaning towards, man. Drugs, man. Everybody wants to be off drugs, man. Hey, but drugs it's only a coping mechanism to try to make you forget about reality, man. You know, and hey, man. We face reality, man. We face it and we deal with it, man. Okay? That's what we do as men, true men of the Yahweh Shema Shai, man. We deal with reality, man. We don't run from it, man. And that's why we tell you Edomites, you so-called Caucasians, to your face, man, that you are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And Yahweh Shema Shai is coming to destroy you, man. Okay? Because of shit like this, man. You got 70% of America off of opioids, man. You go to the doctor for something minor, and what he wants to give you a prescription for some type of painkiller, man. You know? Hey, man. Hey, it's no coincidence, man. You know, that's part of their agenda, and that's pretty much the gist, man. I'm gonna say, hey, shalom.